Welcome to the Good, the Bad, and Your 20s podcast. I'm your host, Paige Bell.
I'm Kaylyn McCarthy.
And we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and everything in between in your 20s. So welcome to the podcast. Let's dive in. Sorry, we have first time jitters. We're nervous.
This is like kind of weird for me because I'm
like sweating right now.
No, it's also like really hot in here because of these lights. This is like very different from like, because I do the get ready with me's. So
yes,
and I'm used to like seeing my face in front of the camera. This feels
we need
awkward.
A viewfinder next time.
Seriously. Okay, how about we start off? How was your weekend?
This weekend was, well, me and Kaylyn were together. We went on the boat, and then today work hit us again. It was okay for me.
It didn't feel like a Monday, though, for some reason.
No, I felt like it was a Sunday, and I was just forced to work.
Yeah.
So that was that for me. I got to tell you what I wanted to tell you earlier.
She texted me. She calls me. She's like, there's so much stuff I want to tell you, but I want to save it for the podcast.
Yeah, because I just need your... So anyways, Kaylyn decided to come out this weekend when I was doing a gig and film some stuff for me. So, like, I'm like, oh, hey, can you put this on my social media and be, like, a collaborator so it'll go on my profile grid, too, because it was really good. And then I get a notification.
Who liked it?
Nobody liked it. I was going through, so I also am a cheer coach. And if one of my cheer kids that did this sees this, you're dead. Not literally. I love my cheer kids, but yeah, embarrassed me because so my little cheer girl decided it was like a cute little thing to go way back in my Instagram. I don't know. She was just feeling like stalking me. Whatever. I feel it. I probably would have do the same thing if, I had a cool cheer coach. But she went back and liked a comment.
That you made?
That I said back to a boy a long time ago that was the love of my life in high school.
No.
And he's married now.
No.
And if he sees this, shout out to you. I'm so sorry that happened. Hope you're doing well. I wasn't me. And I was like, I'm going to die right now. Moving on from that segment. Sorry. Had to rant for a second.
We should go into what we do.
Yeah. So we both actually, so me and Kaylyn went to Ole Miss. We were like acquaintances at Ole Miss.
Okay, wait. This is how I met Paige is Paige did spray tans.
I was a spray tan queen in college.
She got us good for formal and dances and stuff like that. But I remember it was my freshman year, and my big was like, we were both in AOPI together, by the way. Mm-hmm. And my big was like, we're gonna go get spray tans. I was like, okay. So we like drive to this girl's house, and like, I mean, when you get a spray tan, you literally get like butt naked. So like the first time I met you, I was like literally naked.
Like in my underwear.
But all I like remember, like when I got my spray tan, I was like, I could like literally sit here and talk to Paige for like ever.
I was a yapper whenever I would do spray tan. Yeah, I am a yapper, and I'm a proud yapper.
At heart.
President of the yapping committee.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I did spray tans, and then we were like, because she's a year younger than me, but I was more, I guess, like friends with like your big and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, college goes, you get busy.
We were both from the same area. So
yeah.
Like, we just kind of.
That's true too.
Each other. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, college goes on, you graduate, stuff happens. And then you figure out, you get home, and then, there's people from college that are back home. So me and Kaylyn we really connected when we got out of college. And then kind of just started hanging out from there because we knew each other from college, but we also do the same thing. We're also both in like social media and marketing, content creation, that kind of stuff. And we bond over that because that's a whole different beast in itself. But we were like, what's something we could do that would be creative but also is like something fun for us? Podcast.
We needed an outlet from a lot of different things in our lives. Just personally, we talk all the time. We leave like a place that we're hanging out from and call each other in the car talking like till we get to the next place we're going.
Yeah.
We literally talk 24/7.
Yes. Like I said, yap. I am a yapper. But like the thing that we kept coming to is like, this is your 20s. Like this is like just, it's a confusing time for everyone. It's not even just us, like our friends that we talk to. I know like I have plenty of friends that are just like, I have no clue what I don't do with life. start that over. I have no clue what I want to do with my life, and I don't know if I want to move, and we're kind of in that same boat too, where we have no clue, but we do know like content creation, something that we really like, so we kind of try to take both of them, put them together, start a podcast, and hopefully that turns into something more, and then soon we could like YouTube, I don't know, vlog.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
It's going to be a lot of work, but I think it'll be worth
I think
it.
it'll be rewarding in the end.
For sure.
Because I think this is like truly like, because me and Kaylyn both have different like hobbies, I guess. Like I want to do music, and then you're also like very like content creation and want to move to Tampa, and I want to move to Nashville, but like we're like at the same time like this is like the common ground.
Yeah.
And I feel like
the common
even
ground
if
of
those
not knowing
things,
what we're doing.
well, that, but even if those things didn't work, we would be good at this.
Yeah.
So like this is always just like, and this could also help us in our other paths as well.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So we're like,
and we know that the 20s era, I like to call it era. 20s era is just like a very, it's happy and sad at the same time. That's what I get back to, like that's what I was thinking about on the way here. Is there's a song by Casey Musgraves, happy and sad at the same time, because like there's are really good moments about being in your 20s, but there's also like really confusing, horrible moments that you never want to live again, but it's stuff that you have to go through to grow.
Yeah. And I think that's like the confusing thing too about your 20s is like us, we're living at our parents' house right now. We have a job, but we're living at our parents' house because in this economy, let me just tell you, it is not feasible to live on your own in an apartment. But we're going to visit that at a later date. But anyways, it's like us, we're living at our home with our parents, but we have a job. And you have some people who are living at home with their parents and can't find a job.
They hate living. Like, I don't mind living with my parents. But there's some people out there who actually absolutely hate it. Which, to each their own.
To each their own. I love it.
Yeah.
And then you got people who are getting married, having kids.
Oh, yeah. The amount of people I've been seeing getting married, I'm like, okay, let's calm down. We're 23.
I'm 24.
You're 24, but like still, like early 20s.
I'm no judging if you are, if you met the love of your life and that's who your person is.
Go queen.
Go for it. Some of us aren't as
we just still feel
lucky,
like we still feel like we're 18.
No, I really don't think I'm ready. I don't even think I'm ready to like be an adult yet.
Like
and I'm already halfway there.
I remember when my cousin had her kid. I was like, I can't believe that baby just came out of you. Like, babies are real. Like, I had a
babies
moment,
are real.
Babies are real. You can actually grow a human inside yourself.
Yeah, and that's the scary part sometimes. Be careful with the decisions you make out there, people. Kaylyn had a question for us.
Yeah. What do you wish you would have known before you entered this season in life?
I wish I would have known that it's okay to take your time. Because there's no rush. There really isn't. Like, I mean, sometimes you feel like you really have to make a decision now, and that like you're gonna be caught in the dust if you don't make one, or you're scared that you're not taking advantage of the time you have, kind of thing. But like for me, like I got out of college, or even before I got out of college, I had already had a job, and I thought I wanted to work in sports, and so I immediately, like the day after graduation, started this job. All my friends got to stay back in Oxford and have fun for the summer. And I kind of wish I would have just taken that time to enjoy being like a kid for the last time. Because as soon as you're out, baby, they hit you with that adult world. And it is no joke. There's no going back. There's no like not worrying about bills anymore, or, going to bed early because you have to go to work.
You literally grow up in a blink of an eye.
Well, and it's like for me, like I tried to do that like literally in one day, because then I was straight into a full-time job.
I still try to do that. I still try to jump in the next season without like really
and not to mention, like my first job, I was working for a baseball team. This is no tea, no shade to them. Like for the most part, I liked everybody I worked with. Like it was not the people, it was more like the burnout that comes with working in sports, especially minor league baseball, because you're there like 6 days a week, 9 a.m. to midnight, just depending on like which organization you're working for. And I got burnt out so quick. Like it was fun at first. It kind of felt like Big Kid Summer Camp.
Relocated to like a whole different city.
Yeah, and I had nobody.
Yeah, nobody there.
But the good thing about working that job was like a lot of the people that worked there were around my age. So like it wasn't just like me now, how it is where I'm working with people that are older than me, but like it was like really cool. Like we always call it like it was like big kid summer camp because it really was. But like we were exhausted halfway through the season, and I'm sure like if I would have stayed, like it would have been fine. But you also don't get paid much working in sports, and it was just all day long.
I don't think it was type your of thing. Fit.
You know, and that's not saying like I didn't do a lot in college. I did a lot in college, but I do a lot now. I feel like I'm the kind of person that really like can't not have multiple things going on. And I stress myself out doing it, but like I also
feel
like
I
it.
used to be the opposite, but lately I've been doing so much, but I'm loving it. Like,
but you're doing fun stuff. It's not like you're like doing like 5 different jobs or anything.
I don't like signing up for multiple things that I'm just like about. Like I want to do stuff that I'm actually passionate about. I don't like wasting time.
I don't either.
I hate wasting time.
That's the thing though, like when you're trying to figure out things in your 20s, like I know like my biggest anxiety is like, am I just wasting time? Like what am I doing? Like because like I technically I could really pick up and go to Nashville right now if I really wanted to. Is it the smartest decision though? Financially, no. So we're gonna wait a little bit, but also like me and Kaylyn were talking too, like we when we met each other like and started getting really close, I feel like we were both like, we want to move, we want to go do this, like when is it going to be our time? And I feel like, you know, it's crazy, I was thinking about this yesterday and I haven't really told you this yet, but we were praying for a sign from God, like both of us, like a lot, and like now we're both very just comfortable all of a sudden with where we're at. Guys, so I'm like, maybe that was God being like, maybe you guys are just supposed to stay here together.
I haven't like, I think me and Paige are just meant for each other. Like, I literally just think we're meant for each other.
We could have just met sooner at college. I mean, we didn't meet, but we weren't, like, close. But
yeah.
There was also a lot going on in college, and I feel like I was already, like, a year there before you. So, like, everyone's got their own stuff going on by that time.
I was so down. Well, COVID just, like, we went to school during COVID.
Oh, yeah. You were a freshman, right?
I was a freshman when COVID hit. And summer COVID was really fun. And then, but sophomore through junior year, I was like in the trenches. Like you could ask like
COVID put people in depression.
You know, literally you could ask AK. I would go to bed at like 8:30 because I was just like so down.
Dude, no. During COVID, like when we came home, I think I slept all day long.
Yeah.
And my mom came in there and she's like, dude, you've got to get up.
You
like,
gotta go do something. The hot girl walks.
Well, because like, I like, this is like low key. I don't think this is that dark. I liked sleeping because my dreams were like more fun than what was actually going on.
Yeah, that makes
sense. So like,
sense.
that's why I wanted to sleep because I was like, I feel like happier in my dreams, I guess.
And also escaping. It's escaping.
Well, like we couldn't do much. And then I feel like, you know, you're really in isolation. You got time with your thoughts then.
Yeah.
And then I thought I was going to do the Disney college program. COVID canceled that, so I was really depressed.
Yeah.
Glad I didn't do that though, because I heard it was my mess.
But that's the other thing about being in your 20s is like, there's so much stuff you want to do and you want to achieve, and you don't know when's the right choice for like that decision.
Yeah.
Is that like when's the right time?
When's the right time? Yeah.
Because my mom was telling me, she was like, because when I was thinking about Tampa and like all these other things, she was like, you know, there's a season for everything. You may have that desire right now, but it may not mean it's like right now. It just may be God just later. Like putting it on your heart.
So that you know what to work towards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just hard figuring out which season to be in. But honestly, right now, I'm just loving life.
I'm really content right now. Like, I was thinking about that the other day, and like, there's so many things that like come into factor. Like, I feel like you're just like this little like test subject out there sometimes, and then you've got like, you know how like they're like whenever they put like clothes out and they're like the Downy commercials and it's like weather, this, that, barbecue, ketchup, like what's gonna hit me next and how can I clean it up kind of thing. Like friends, jobs, other people moving, then you have boys trying to get in the way. Like
boys always be trying.
They always be trying to do something. I can't. But
next episode.
No, really, like it's like you're trying to like figure out so much, and we probably just sound so Gen Z with this whole podcast. And I know some of y'all boomers are gonna be like, y'all think you have it hard right now. Well, we kind of do, especially like just like with everything going on in the world, and also like we have. Us trying to prove ourselves in our jobs every day, trying to prove ourselves to the world every day because people think Gen Z is just kind of dumb.
And the pressure of just like managing everything else, like
like everything else that comes in, and then trying to figure out, am I doing this right? Is this where I'm supposed to be right now? The overthinking gets a lot in your 20s.
Well, I like how we say like we are so content, but like literally last night I was texting Paige. I'm like, I'm so sad right
Oh no, I was like, I'm insecure. I think everyone hates me right now. You just have too much. I think you have too much time to think in your 20s, and that's when you start like.
I think that's why we do so much. Like
no, that's why I keep myself busy. That's literally what I was about to say when we were talking about like how we're doing everything. I have 3 different jobs and I still hang out with Kaylyn because like I have got to keep my head busy, or else I'm gonna sit there and be like, I miss college. I got depressed after we graduated. Like for a second.
Let's talk about the first month after graduating college.
I can tell you like the first week I was like thinking I had to do homework still.
See,
I was forgetting something. Like I was like, oh,
I didn't have that feeling, but what I did have was that feeling of, okay, what's next? Because nobody's telling me what to do next. You know?
Yeah, because like when you're in school, you're constantly like going up a grade.
Like when you're elementary school, you're like, okay, the next step is high school. And then when you're in high school, you're like, the next step is college. And once you graduate college, you can do anything. And once you graduate college, you can literally do anything. You can go travel. You can, start a business. You can start a podcast. You can go to corporate. You can move to a different city. And I had no idea where God was calling me at all. Zip, zero, zilch. And I kept applying to places. I kept getting denied, blah, blah, blah. And
people won't even interview you. They try to tell you in college, all your professors are like, oh, everyone's going to be hiring and blah, 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 and you got to get ready. And you get out of school and you apply to a whole bunch of jobs and, like, you get 1 interview, 2 interviews, and then maybe both of them are like, never mind, we're choosing to move on with other candidates. Mm-hmm. So it's just it's such a hard
And then you have your parents who are like,
you got to do something with your life.
You got to go get a job.
Well, I know. I'm trying.
And I'm like, I remember my dad, he was like, you need to start applying in, like, spring, blah, 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 blah. And I was like,
I started applying in February, but it was, hey, to be fair, I did have a job coming out of college. Wasn't for me though.
It wasn't for you. And it was funny because the job that I have now was such God's hand. I literally prayed. I was like, okay, God, literally open any doors that are for me, but close any doors that are not for me. And I actually had 2 interviews in the same week. And the first, this is really funny, but the first company I loved, I was like, this is where I'm going to end up. This girl was super nice. She hugged me on the way out, and I was like,
sorority recruitment.
This is a done deal. I know where I'm going. And then I interviewed at where I'm at now, and I left, and I was like, that was okay. I just don't think it's the fit for me. Like, I didn't really have peace about it. And the company I'm at now offered me a job, and the company I liked originally said they were going to email me and let me know or whatever. But I got an offer. Did I say that already?
No, I don't think you said they offered you a job. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so the company I'm at now offered me a job, and they basically gave me like a couple days, like 3 days or something to think it over. And I told them no. Because I really wanted that other job. And the job I'm at now like counter offered me. And I never heard back from the other people.
What's meant to be will be.
Yeah. I felt like she dirty rushed me. Like I literally felt like
yep, that's what that sounded like just now. That's what I literally just said.
It was dirty rush. I'm sure we'll
well, and then Kaylyn told me that, and I was like, it's so funny because I actually interviewed with the same company, but for me, they made me do like, I had to send in like a graphic of what I would like produce for them. But and then she was like, do you want to come in for an interview? But also that company that it was, like they have like 3 different things going on inside of it. And it kind of like didn't make sense to me either what I would be marketing. So it would be closer to home. But yeah, I still work in the state. I still work in Mississippi, but we live in Louisiana.
She's a remote girly.
I'm hybrid. I go in back and forth. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Not the exact same thing happened to me with that job. But like I left like the baseball job and I literally
trusted God in that moment.
I really
like, when you told me that, I was
like, my mom was too. No, but I was just really not happy where I was. I was super burnt out. I was like, I don't think this is how stressed out I'm supposed to be at. I think I was like 22, 23 at the time. So I just quit, and I was just like, I had no plan. I thought I was going to go to Nashville. Like, that's when I thought my Nashville was going to happen. And then I went and I tried to get jobs in Nashville. It didn't happen. Came back and just applied for jobs here, and then I also applied for jobs still in Mississippi, and then I ended up like right before my next paycheck was due, getting this one job. So it's been good so far, pays the bills, but like that's another thing is like you don't want to leave something good because like we're trying to eventually move out of our parents' houses. So
our goal is to move in together.
Yeah,
some way. Somehow.
We need to go tour places together to see them because I did go to a couple of them by myself, but like you wouldn't like some of them.
Okay.
So I went in there and the lady's giving me the tour, and then we go into the gym and everything was looking great, and then we go in the gym and there's a man in like sandals in the gym working out.
You know, a man in sandals.
And I was just like, I don't feel like that's
man in sandals, red flag.
Well, a man in sandals working out, like, don't get your feet.
I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or a popular opinion, but open closed shoes, I don't like.
Open-toed shoes?
Yeah, open-toed shoes, I don't like.
Like on us?
Guys.
Oh.
On guys.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Yeah.
It's okay if we're, like, on a beach vacation.
Yeah, that's
But
acceptable.
honestly, I'd kind of, you know what I really can't stand?
Okay, but also, like, if you're going to wear, like, sandals in public, not at the beach, at least have a pedicure. Like, or your toes. Not girls, men. Like, at least have your feet looking nice. Not, like, an actual pedicure, but, like, trim your toenails.
Yes.
Like, I don't expect you to go to the salon and get, like, ask for a pedicure, but, like, trim your toenails.
Well, I was going to say the next thing, and it's kind of with that. I can't stand it when guys wear Birkenstocks like out, like not even like
at the beer garden on Friday night.
I've seen people do that.
Yeah.
I don't like Birkenstocks on men. Sorry, I will say I'm very picky, so I'll get the ick real quick. That rhymed, but the Birkenstocks, no.
Let's talk about online dating in your 20s or dating in general.
Dating in
like,
general.
What is to hinge or to not to hinge or to not hinge is the question.
I hinge.
Do you hinge?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do. Well,
how do you feel about Tinder?
I don't.
Like,
okay,
what is your favorite dating
I would
app?
say my favorite dating app is Hinge because the guys aren't as creepy on it. But like Tinder, you scroll through and there's like people and they're just trying to like
hook up.
Yeah, hook up. And no, and they're not even like trying to hide it. They'll have like a black screen. It'll be like, I only want this kind of stuff. Or Tinder is where I've seen the most swingers. Yes.
Yeah, or couples.
Yeah, and I'm not into the open relationships. No tea, no shade. It's just not for me.
It's just wild. I think it's wild because
imagine. There's people our age too. I'm like,
people out there.
Oh my gosh. I met this guy on a cruise and he was telling me about how he did that on Tinder. And he was like, it was one of Cruise Guy's friends.
This is my relationship with dating apps. I get on for like a week, maybe. Week or two. I find a couple of people I'm interested in. And then I ghost them. Because I get nervous.
You gotta go. Wait, I just saw this thing on TikTok today, and it's a Hinge dating hack. I'm not gonna gatekeep this, so if the girlies want it, they can have it. But if like your Hinge starts getting dry, like or like nobody's liking you, or you're not seeing any guys you like, or you like notice that like the guys that you're like think are attractive or whatever, they're only in where you can give roses. And I'm sorry, but I don't like giving roses. I don't want to give a rose.
Do you give roses?
I think I've done it once because I thought he was really cute, and I was like, maybe I'll never see him again. Was it worth it? No. I don't pay for them, though. It's like,
no.
It'll give you a free one every 24 hours, I think, but I never go on there. And I go and I look, and I'm like, all of these really hot guys are in my rose jail.
I don't think roses work. When I get a rose, I don't think, I got a rose.
No, I think this person's weird. But anyways, all of my hot guys are in rose jail on Hinge, and then
I never heard of rose jail.
It's when you go. I'm gonna show you.
This is rose jail.
I just muted my mic again.
Hopefully I didn't.
Here, I'll show you. No, I accidentally pressed that button.
Don't put me in rose jail.
Speaking of, okay, so when you go here, your standouts, because you can only send these guys a rose. They're usually because you can't. And eventually they'll go into this like regular thing. But like,
it's because Hinge trying to make money.
Yeah, well,
I get it.
I get
the hustle.
I get it too. But anyways, what you do is you go on your profile and you go to settings. Ooh, not that. You go to your settings. This is if you need a refresh for my girlies out there or my guys, whatever. Whoever may be listening.
Do you think guys will listen to this podcast?
Oh, you go delete or pause account. And
Have you tried this
prefer not to say. Well, I already did it once, so I don't think I can do it again.
Okay.
But it'll say, would you just like a refresh? And then it resets your account to where all of your, like, all the data they've collected of you, like, swiping and stuff resets. So then you'll get the hot guys in there. And I've gotten 13 likes just today after doing that. None of them were cute, but
I never hear about you going on dates.
I've only been on one recently. Hold on, wait. Half the people that like me on Hinge, I feel like I know them in real life.
No, okay. I have a question.
I don't want to talk about that one guy.
No, but I have a question for the chat. When you see a friend on Hinge, do you like them as a joke to make it funny? Or do you
Depends on who it is. If they're going to know it's a joke, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
But if they're going to think, well, hold on. I will say, too, sometimes that's my time to shoot my shot. If I've been waiting for a while, I'll do it. And then if they think it's a joke, that's up to them to decide. But we end up usually talking at least a little bit.
I remember in high school, I would with my guy friends, I would just be like, "What are you doing on here? What?"
I've seen my family members on there. I've seen my cousins on there, and I'm like,
"Get out of this chat." Please.
Well, I'm just this is so funny because look at their profiles and it is what it is.
No, but I will say if I had to pick, I would pick Hinge. Hinge just feels homey. It's a homey.
Somebody told me that Bumble's better, and I was just
I don't think Bumble's better. I feel
I don't vibe with the guys on Bumble.
I will say though, I feel
I could try it again.
With Bumble, the guys who want to download that app are the ones who are more I kind of, in my opinion, are more golden retriever because they're afraid to shoot their shot first.
Oh, maybe I should go get on that app then.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, I will say I've been on. In the past year, I've been on one date from a dating app, and it was from Tinder, and I didn't think it went very well. That was when I was telling you the other day.
When was this?
This was last October.
Okay.
And so I find this guy on this dating app. I'm like, cool, this will be fine. And then we go, and he's like, oh, let's go watch the sunset at this place by us. And I was like, okay.
Oh, wait, I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah. And I can't remember what it was, but there was something immediately that I was off put.
Ick.
Oh, he just kind of talked like a serial killer.
Oh.
Not he was creepy. It's just the way he talked. The accent was just. And then I was just you know what? I'll give it a chance though. I was I know I'm very picky. Maybe I need to stop.
I do that, and every time I get so sad.
I know, because I disappoint myself. So then, and then we go in his car and we talk for 2 hours, and obviously, and then my mom's like, "Are you okay?" Blah, blah, blah. I was like, "I'm fine." And then we ended up cool because I think I was really avoiding. I didn't want to I don't want to hook up with anybody at this point in my life.
No more hookup.
I'm not really into that. So I didn't want to give him the wrong idea.
If you ask us to hook up, we will never talk to you again.
I won't say that, but this guy, I was not trying to give him the idea that that's what I was trying to do. But then he was like, "Do you want to come back to my apartment?" And I was like, we really had nothing else to do, so I was like, "Okay." And then we just watched TV, and then I would come, I came and I think I hung out with him 3 times. The last time, he tried to hook up with me, and I said, "You know I'm not doing this."
Gotta go.
And then I was like, "You know what? I have to go." And I actually went to his house after I went to Rockin' Blues one night. And
nothing good happens after Rockin'
no. But yeah, so then that ended, and that's how it was. Poor guy.
I have been on 2 dates in the past year.
You know what I say we do? We just say
Should that be a little montage,
segment on here?
A segment on here.
That's what we should do.
Oh, how was your last Hinge date?
That's what we should do.
Wait, I am Snapchatting a guy off. Where did we match on? Oh,
wait. Can we talk about something? You put on your TikTok the other day that you were thinking about your situationship. I want to hear about this because I don't think I know about this. I saw it the other day too because I was stalking your profile a little bit.
Okay.
And I was just like, is it the one I know?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, which situationship did I tell you? What one are you
I'm talking about the one that we both know.
Which one? Just say the name. No, this is a Hinge. No, a Bumble date.
Is this the one that was in Hammond?
Yeah.
That you were and he tried to basically be I don't want anything, even though you were trying to back up.
Yeah. Oh. He was just really okay.
He wasn't ugly.
He wasn't ugly. He was super cute. I don't know what his deal was, but
you never know.
We went on 2 dates, and I thought it was going well. What was really frustrating is that he was super coming on fast to me, coming on to me fast.
Love bombing.
He was love bombing. And I'm like, okay, if like that's the speed you want to take it, like whatever. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna
I'm just
stop.
here for the ride, I guess.
I'm just here for the ride. Like, I'm not gonna stop you, okay? I mean, I will enjoy the
Call me
attention.
pretty all day long.
All day long, baby. And so I thought everything was going grand, and
then it wasn't.
And he basically just was like spare with his text like throughout the week, and I noticed, and I was getting like, okay, I kind of have PTSD from like one of my last relationships about like not communicating, and like because we're gonna have to get, that's a whole nother episode. But I just basically, and point of the story is I have PTSD from a past relationship, and it gives me anxiety, and I hate when people don't tell me the truth. Like,
I'd rather you just be like, I don't like you, than like string it on.
It's fine if you don't like me, but like don't drag it out longer than it should be, because that's when I'm gonna have a problem, and I'm gonna get anxiety, because then I'm like, I don't know what you.
But not even that, but I feel like when you do that, then it's just like, why couldn't you be upfront?
Yeah, it's just like shows you how weak of a person you are. Like, LOL. Anyway,
that's why I'm upfront. I'm blunt.
Yeah.
Some people don't like it, but at least you know what you're dealing with. At least you know.
Anyways, back to the story. So I'm literally driving to go see my grandfather in the hospital, and like bad time to decide to do this, but
it always happens at the most vulnerable moment.
I text him, and I'm like, I basically just follow up. I'm like, hey, like, are we? Because he kept telling me we're gonna hang out again, but it was like towards the end of the week, and I was like, hey, like, are we hanging out? And he was like, basically gave me a whole paragraph about how he wants to take it slow, even though the past month he was like full throttle, 0 to 99.
I think I want to marry you.
Yeah, and basically I was like, that's fine. I said, my response was like, that's fine, LMAO. Like, and then I was like, you could have told me earlier. No response. Dude,
no you response. Just reminded me of something. So while we're talking about the Tinder and the Hinge people, I have a bone to pick now, and I'm glad it just triggered my memory. So there was this guy I met on Tinder, and he was like, he's not from here. He's from like somewhere in Alabama. It's always the Alabama boys that are not good for you.
I would second that.
I'm just putting it out there. Every time I've been with an Alabama boy, hasn't worked out. So maybe it's just not in my DNA. I don't know. But anyways, so he was here visiting for a work trip or something. And then we start talking, and we're talking for a while. And he'll FaceTime me, and we're making plans to like see each other. And it's one of those things that's, it's like literally a Tinder situationship. Like, you're not seeing them in person. And so we're like that. And it got like to where it was like emotionally like
triggering.
Yeah, but it was like also like emotionally, this is a situationship. No, we like physically weren't going on dates or anything, but like he was FaceTiming me, all this kind of stuff. And then also like, I feel bad because I missed his call, or he seems like he's mad over something, and I'm like, I don't think I have that effect on somebody really, but okay.
No, go off.
And then it kind of got to the point where I was just kind of like, I like provoking a little bit of emotion out of a man. Like, not provoking it, but like, I like it when a guy can like feel something. Like, if I make him upset, okay, fair. Like, if I did something bad, fair. If I made you sad, or if I didn't hold up to my end of something and that upsets you, fair.
I think it's very attractive when a man
can communicate
and I don't want to put it this way, but like put you in your place because like you don't.
I need someone to put me in my place because I'll walk all over.
A man who will just let you like walk all over.
Because I will.
Because then
if you let me.
That means he's weak.
But this was the opposite. Like, it was like a toxic way of showing that you were angry, and also for what? Because you weren't coming to see me. And like my thing, and I think like the thing that you were like, we've talked about this before, like with like the Hinge stuff and Tinder, like. I like, obviously, like, no, I haven't been on like a lot of dates recently, and we both kind of haven't.
Yeah.
But like, I do enjoy talking to someone to eventually get to that point.
Yeah.
But then if it doesn't work, like, obviously, like, we're just not going to speak, kind of thing. But I'm never going to be like, let me talk to 5 guys at once and just see which one works out. Because also, stressful. I can't. there's too much stuff going on.
There's a lot of planning too. Like I remember one of the times I downloaded Hinge, there were so many guys who were like, I want to take you out, but I'm like, I only have 7 days of the week, and majority of those are dedicated to like work and
I mean, I'll let a guy take me out, but I will say like
it's just the timing. Like I don't want to give up
what
my time.
what is your ideal first date?
I don't like eating big meals on first dates.
I don't like eating on first dates, period.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to dinner.
But I also don't want to go to movies because
I don't want to go to the movies either.
Because then I'm not really getting to know you. So theoretically, I would love like a walk on the lakefront or something that's like, or honestly, pickleball.
I was about to say, I would love a group date as the first date. You know, that's what I was thinking the other day. We should go on Tinder or Hinge or whatever and like go on double dates.
I would do it.
It's just a bit. It's just a bit. It's just for the plot. Because, like, let's be honest, and this might make me sound like a bad person, but when I say let's go on double dates, in my head, I don't think that's going anywhere after that. I think it's just something fun for me and Kaylyn to do.
We just want to make friends.
And, like, because, like, majority of the time, nothing does come out after that.
No,
like,
and also, like, I
just think it'd be a fun experiment.
I don't have it in me to be disappointed again, and I think that's why I'm like not.
That's why I'm like, I feel like I'm not like it's not gonna hurt
really
my feelings.
Yeah,
no,
not really. Like,
especially if we like go together, I'm just gonna be like, that was
horrible.
Funny.
But like, I'm to a point where like I literally don't think men like have feelings. Like I think they're literally robots.
I don't think I can be disappointed anymore because I'm numb to it now. So
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm literally numb to it.
It kind of like makes me laugh.
Like when boys like are nice to me, I'm just like, oh, that's great.
That's cool.
That's cool, buddy.
What's gonna happen in 2 weeks?
Yeah. What stupid thing are you gonna do
in the future?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, we all make dumb decisions.
You know, I will give it to the men. There are good people out there. It's just the ones that I'm finding are not very good.
Well, and I will say I'm very picky, and I will be the first to say that. My whole family says that. My mom
also says I'm picky.
And like I can't necessarily like. Some people I cannot tell you why I don't like them. There's nothing wrong with them. I just don't know what it is. The chemistry's not there.
Can we just talk about how like moms will always, I don't know if your mom does this, but like when like my mom will say this all the time. She's like, why aren't like you need to be nice to guys. Like,
oh my gosh.
She thinks I'm mean to guys.
My mom does too. And Joe is a made up name.
Joe is a made up name.
We know who we're talking about.
We know who Joe is. When I stopped talking to Joe said that he thought I didn't want to do long distance, which
he did. He did say that. He really was putting it all on you.
And I was like, my vibe was not giving I don't want to do long distance. Like
his vibe was giving I don't care right now.
His vibe was giving I don't want to do long distance to BH. Anyway, so I told my mom this and she was like, why don't you just text him and blah, blah, blah and ask him and make it a joke? And so I text him like an idiot and I get left on read. Opened. Nothing. Zip. Zada. And I was like, okay, now I'm going to go bury myself in a hole and never talk to anybody again because, ouch.
Also, I just think it's not cool whenever they can confront us, but we can't confront them.
Yeah. It's not even the fact that, like, it was specifically him. It's just the fact, like, it just feels embarrassing, you know?
No, it's embarrassing because, like, whenever you're, like, I want to know what's going on, or you're trying to be vulnerable in a situation when you're, like, you know, trying to, like, actually have a conversation with someone about it instead of just, like, ghosting them. It's like our generation doesn't know what to do except for ghost people. So, like, whenever we do have conversations, they just ghost us.
So,
which that's, like, my thing, too, going back to, like, before. If you don't want something, just say it.
Yeah. Being in your 20s, you just, like, you go through, I guess, seasons of where, like.
I think I'm very happy being single right now, too. So, like,
we're single and sexy.
Well, like, my thing is, like, all throughout college, I really was, like, in the back of my head, I was always, like, I need a boyfriend. Because you constantly have, like, if you're in a sorority, you have date parties. Or your friends are getting in relationships or, you know, and then you're the only one who doesn't have one.
I cried getting ready for our Valentine's Day date party because I didn't have a date. And it was, speaking of, like, asking people out to formal, me being a dum-dum I am, my type is athletes.
Which one was it?
The football team in particular. My senior superlative for bar crawl was most likely to have the whole football team in her DMs.
Dude, mine, and I don't even, you tell me if you agree with this. It might be funny or whatever. I don't remember. I think I only had one. I don't think they put, like, I got did dirty. I didn't even go to my senior bar crawl.
Yeah.
But it was, like, most likely to be the drama on a reality TV show.
What?
But yeah, so you
there
asked.
was, like, this one football player who, like, I actually really connected with.
Who was it? Do I know them?
Cleat
I mean, I'm an
Chaser.
athlete girly too, so.
I love a good athlete. Anyway.
Literally.
But, like, he was, like, super Christian, and I don't know. We just, like, vibed. And I have repeatedly asked him to formal, and he literally just would not respond. Like, that was his response, is no response.
And then he would just talk to you like nothing ever happened?
Yeah, sporadically. And I'm like, sir, I saw him at Tango's one night, and he was like, how are you doing? I'm like,
actually great. I'm vibing.
He was like, text me. I'm like, sir, I have asked you repeatedly if you would like to.
Is this the right number?
Yeah, is this the right number? I don't know. So yeah, as you can tell, the track record of
the luck isn't great here, but I feel like I'm way more confident now in myself than I was in college. So like, it doesn't take anything for me to go up to somebody and be like, "What's up?" Now, like.
You mean asking somebody out, or do you mean just like telling people like
kind of just being not really confrontational, like in a bad way, but just being able to like go up and talk to people. Like, I mean, if I look, and I'm not saying I'm like Megan Fox or anything. I really don't think I am. I think I'm an okay person. I have a good personality. I would say that's probably my best trait. And I can
You're really good at like talking to people. You could talk to literally anybody.
Yeah, well, I've gotten a lot better at it. But in college I was like nervous. And also in college, I think I didn't understand the difference between someone who's confident, like because they really like are confident in themselves, or someone who's projecting confidence to try to get someone's attention and being too forward. So like in college, like I felt like if I was just out there, people would like me, kind of thing. Because hey, I could tell you all day long, and this looks are subjective to the eye of the person that is, obviously making the assessment.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not Megan Fox, but I can pull some men if I really want to.
I mean,
just because I will, like, there's a difference now in me. Like, there's a different light in my eyes. There's a different switch that went off in my head. Like, not because, like, I'm going out there looking for men. I'm just going out and having conversations with people, and wherever the conversation takes me,
like when
that's what happens.
I was talking to Kevin on Saturday, and I was being nice. I was being friendly. We were talking about business and stuff. I wasn't trying to make my move.
That's what I'm saying. When you don't try,
I wasn't even trying. I was just trying to have a good business conversation. I like networking. I'm a networking girl. I'm a CEO. Okay, and of course, this man.
Are you talking about the? Hold on. No, wait.
Of course, he pulls up his phone, and I'm like,
I didn't even see that, or I would have came and been like. And then one of our good friends, she comes up to me and she's like,
Taylor's like,
hey, that's not a good idea. And I said, oh, she said, how do we get her to come? And I said, just ask her to take a lap and she'll get it.
Taylor went and brought me to take shots, so it was fine.
Yeah. Kaylyn didn't really even take a shot.
I didn't take a shot.
But then he tried to like get her to dance, and she was just like,
that's when I decided.
And Kaylyn looked at me. She said, "I'm leaving," and I said, "Okay, bye."
Yeah. He came up after like I came back from the bar, and he was like, "Let's dance," and I was like, "You know what?"
Which I'll say, like, I feel like we don't really have to deal with that stuff really in our 20s. Like in college, I had to deal with that a lot. Like just random guys coming.
But I didn't really go out in college because I was like focused on my studies. Like I just.
I did both.
I mean, I went out a little bit, but not like I go out way more now. I will.
Mine was mainly my senior year, but in college, I feel like I didn't have like most of the creepy guy coming up to you kind of thing at the bar. But I will say, like, we have had a lot of older men come up to us lately.
Kevin wasn't creepy. Like, he was super nice. I think having the confidence to like give your phone number to somebody. Like, you need confidence to do that.
You're like, props to guys for like having the like.
Because I don't go up to guys. I don't go up to guys and be like, "Hey, do you want my number?"
Some girls do though.
Some girls do.
And they can pull it off.
I don't.
Honestly, I think I've done that a couple times. I was definitely not sober though. I've got this new thing, like even if I give them my phone number, it ends up I still have their Snapchat as well. The second I see that there was somebody else, unadd.
Yeah.
Because I'm not entertaining that.
Is it wrong? Like there was like a moment in time this year where I was like, I kind of want to unadd every single man I have ever talked to, ever. Like, even like on my social platforms, just like, is that wrong?
I don't think it's wrong, but like my ego likes it when they come back and try to be like slut. Because then I'm like, I don't want you anymore.
I don't think they're gonna come back is the thing, and I just like, I don't even think I would take somebody back.
I'm not at this point. That's what I was telling you the other day. That one person. Yeah. It would never happen again. Yeah. Because I just over it now. When
you try too many times, it's like burnout.
Well, it's when you try too many times or you string it out too long. Because at that point, I'm like over it. Yeah. Like there's some people I remember, like especially like high school and like beginning of college, like I thought I would never get over, and now I'm just like. Mm-hmm. Not to pull a line from Taylor Swift, but to pull a line from Taylor Swift, like I forgot that you existed.
That's how I've been feeling like the past like
months. Literally.
Okay,
until I see someone pop up on my timeline and they're like married or something.
My ex-boyfriend that I was like on and off with like for 4 years, we stopped talking in November, and then I went on a date with Joe, and Joe was fine, whatever, but the fact that he stopped talking to me after, like, me stopped talking to my ex for 4 years put me into a spiral.
Because you were like, I thought we were getting some progress somewhere.
I thought we were getting some progress, and actually we're backtracking. So the, like, January through March was, like, really bad because I was just, like, healing all over. Yeah. But now
that's the thing, when it stings and it comes back up. That's like today, I'm actually proud of myself. Like, and look, I'm not going to lie, like, that guy in high school for me was like, but daddy, I love him vibes.
Yeah, no vibes.
Like
so
I was
vibes.
like, and I was,
but dad, I love him so much.
I don't want to say like I was crazy obsessed.
I don't
care
like, if he's shorter than me.
I was 100% like for this man, and like everybody in the school knew it probably. Like my parents knew, his friends knew, everybody knew. Yeah. And like he was for me for a little bit, so like it wasn't just me, but like it took a lot for me to get over him, and like this is so vulnerable for me, so like if you do hear this, or if you know this person, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, if you know the people we're talking about, don't say anything, because this is a safe space.
Yeah, and I'm being vulnerable and I'm over it now, but it did, because like I would say like we talked up until probably like from my junior year of high school to my junior year of college, just off and on and stuff, and I think every time he would come back, I would just like, you know,
when you really
again get hopeful,
when you really like love a person, like you want to try to make it work as much as possible, but sometimes like I don't know. Yeah.
Well, but like that thing that happened to me today, because at first I thought it was him liking something, and I was like, but I didn't get that like pit in my stomach. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I feel like I'm doing no, I think I'm doing good now. Like it's never gonna happen.
The point of the story is
we're growing.
We're growing.
Everyone's growing.
In our 20s, we're growing.
But yeah, I guess that's all the time we have today.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
We are going to kick this thing off though, so we'll have some episodes coming up for you. If you guys want to hear us like discuss a certain topic or anything, put that in our comments or comment on our social medias. They can follow us on
The Good Bad 20s. I was right.
So you can follow us on Instagram at The Good Bad 20s.
Yeah, we'll have everything there.
And you guys can send us a DM. Oh my gosh, you know what would be so fun? If you guys send us a DM, and you can say anonymous. You can take our word for that. And ask us questions, and we'll try to answer them and help you guys. I don't know if I'm that good at
advice. Fun story times.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
Yeah, but thanks for listening.
We're here to help you just as much as you're here to help us.
And we're going to keep going over the good and the bad and the 20s.
Everything in between.
Yep.